Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Chicago Blackhawks. Be a GM with yours truly, Target audience. Anyway, hey, that's my thing that I do for my live the life, not my be a GM. What am I doing? Am I crazy? Jesus Christ. Anyway, so we changed the lines around and hope that we can promote some growth. Gallagher has been playing like shit, so we're gonna give him a couple months here playing the third line, and we'll see if we have any more success. We've got Andrew Shaw playing the second line. Let's see if he can add some defensive qualities that clearly Gallagher's not bringing. And again, we're losing 4-2. It's hard to tell who's in net at this point. The goaltending has just been absolutely atrocious for us. I'm starting to get panicky at this point because we're through 2 months now. There you go, finally a win. But, I mean, there's some things that need to change here. That's for sure. I mean, we're getting goal scoring. I mean, Jonathan Toews and Jonathan Drouin both have like 11 and 12 goals. So, I mean, that's not the issue. It's the goaltending. Like 6 goals allowed in that game. 5 goals allowed in that game. You know? Oh, there you go. Finally a win. But it's brutal. Like, we're letting in way too many goals. We cannot win. We cannot score that many in a game. So, I mean, the goaltending's been awful. And that's something we may have to address here sooner than later. And there's a win there. Okay, so getting something going again here. But, like, if we get through these 2 months and I'm still not seeing improvement, then we will move a goalie. I'm sorry. We will make a move for a goalie, make a move for somebody else, because this is just devastating. It's killing us. There's a 3-2 loss. You know, these last two have been up to the offense. I mean, 1 goal scored, 2 goals scored. We need to score at least 3 goals a game. I think 3 goals a game is what you need to win in this league, and there's 4 let in. Lyles and a third for our second and Irving. I'm going to decline that. I don't need another defenseman. The only difference in our defense right now is that one guy, that one player. I've done that trip to the OHL scout assignment. My God, we're just playing like shit. Maybe we'll just wait for that top pick. It's a good year to have it, but we don't even have the top pick, so we need to win this year. We did the WHL actually, so I don't know what it's talking about. All right, let's do the OHL because they have a couple top 10s. All right, let's continue our sim here. We're just playing like shit. It's so frustrating. We're 5 games below 500. Not enough for a team that needs to get to 48 wins on the year. We probably won't even get to that this year if we keep this up. Here's Washington now. Thank you. Thank goodness. We got to win. Break it up a little bit because it's just been brutal. I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, we don't have that many tradable assets without drastically changing our offense. I could make the trades, but you know what the funny thing is? I'm worried at this point about making a trade and having everybody get upset about it. You know, that's always on my mind now. It's not so much doing the trade was best for the team, but doing the trade that makes people the least upset. And I feel like sometimes we can't do that. People are going to get pissed off. But that's only because they have preference towards a certain player or a certain team, and they want you to make a deal with that team because their favorite player is there. And that's not fair. But I do feel that pressure to make the trades that you guys are going to fall in love with versus just a trade that I think will help. All right, so we're 13, 16, and 6 through those 2 months, or through 3 months now. And I can tell you we're not going to be in any categories, maybe goal scoring. Who's the best goalie right now? Markstrom is. And you got Holtby. Holtby might be a good pickup. He's been pretty good. Points, we're not up there for points. We're obviously not up there for wins. We're at 9, and the next one, Tokarski's even got 14 wins. Jesus Christ. We're not up there for goals, and we're not up there for assists. So we're tied for goals. We're close, but we're not quite up there. Vanek looks like he's going to take the cake on that one. Standings-wise, where are we? Oh, man, 6th place in our division. I don't think I've ever been that. We are currently 7 points out of a playoff spot. Actually, yeah, 6 points out of a playoff spot at this point. So we need to be competitive. We need to make this month work. I'm going to go another month. We'll see if we can turn things around. You know what? Actually, I'm going to change things up. I'm going to see what Brendan Gallagher's at now. We knew what he was at before. He's minus 10. He's minus 11 now, but he actually ended up getting double the points in that month. And Brandon Shaw, he's still plus 3 and 11 points, so he's about the same. So let's give Gallagher another shot. Let's change it up a little bit. See if maybe he can play a couple minutes up here on the second line and be effective, all right? Let's see if that helps us now that we also changed our penalty kill around. I can tell you right now we're not sending anybody to the All-Star game, that's for sure. All right, there you go. Good start, a 4-2 win. I like that. We need to have more of that this season because otherwise we're going to be out of this very early, and I feel like it's coming. I mean, we're 2 games below 500, and I get excited about 1 win. Whereas we are getting disappointed about one loss, you know. Now I'm happy we don't lose 3 in a row. It's ridiculous. And I don't know what to do. Is it the goaltending situation? Because I think that if you can score 3 goals a game and only allow 2 goals per game on average, you're going to win every game. Just like that. 3-2. You're going to win majority of your games. There you go. 4-0. So, I mean, Crawford coming off the Vezinas, you expect him to be strong 2 years in a row. There you go. Okay, so now things are starting to click, and it looks like Taze is starting to produce. I don't know where Patrick Kane is in the mix because he's probably, you know, decent in both categories. So you really don't get to see him, you know, in there. But nonetheless, pretty good. And now we got a bit of a win streak going. We've climbed out of the cellar. We're above 500. I don't know if it's because we put Gallagher up there. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. We'll see how things go here through the rest of the month. There's another win. And it looks like Crawford's starting to get the shutouts too, which is a big deal. Let's see if there's a top 10 in the SM Liga. Another top 10 there. WHL has a ton of first rounders, so I'm going to spend 6 weeks in the WHL scouting defenseman. All right. We'll go up to the first. Keep things going here. So much better result here so far in this month. I hope that that's indicative of the rest of the year. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, like I said, but there's reason for optimism at this point because Crawford has been posting some solid numbers here. He's been stopping. Yep, there you go. And the offense is kicking in when we need it too. You know, that's a big deal right there. That is a big deal right there. I mean, you've got Jonathan Toews who's still producing over a point per game, which is awesome. Despite having a losing record, he's doing great. And there's another win for us. Jonathan Toews has 48 points on the year, and Druin at plus 13. I mean, Druin could be just behind him in both those categories. You don't know, you know? And actually, Jonathan Toews may very well have moved himself into a position where he's actually going to be at the All-Star game. There's a very good chance of that with 48 points through, what are we at? 44, 3 plus 6 is 49. So 49 games, 48 points, I suppose. I guess it's not as many as I thought. Anyway, I don't know. That's not 49 games. That's 47 games. Let's take a look. We'll take a look and see where they are. We're on the Western Conference, so we're going to take a look at the blue. Toews, yeah, he's on the top line there with Yakupov and Gaborik. Druin's up there, playing the left wing. We've got maybe some defense. No, Doughty's in there. Delzato and Yandel, yeah. Nope, we don't have that. Goaltending? No, we're not going to. Tokarski's up there, though. Unbelievable. Dustin Tokarski. All right. Well, that's okay. So we didn't get that. Let's finish up the month, and then we'll analyze some stats here. All right. So Cal Clutterbuck for McNeil and Anderson. Let me take a look at this. Cal Clutterbuck, what's his overall? Third line checking forward. 81 overall grinder. I've always been a big fan of Cal Clutterbuck, but you know what? I would be a fan of Cal Clutterbuck on a team where we didn't have Andrew Shaw. But we have Andrew Shaw, and he's a good grinder. He does his role really well. 2-1 loss to finish the month. Okay, let's take a look and see how things are. We're 22, 19, and 7. We aren't up there for goals against average. We're not up there for save percentage, and I doubt we will be at all this year, you know, based on this. If you look up there for stats, we are up there for points. Yep, Toews is up there with 48 points. Nothing up there for wins, obviously. We're at 16, so we're a couple off. Assists, no. And goals, yeah, Toews is up there with 20 goals. He is in the top 8. So Toews is up there. That's unbelievable. Vanek still leads the way with 29. Unbelievable number for him. Our team, we're currently still in 6th place, but look at the gap now. It's much tighter. The race is closer. We're currently only basically 2 points out of the playoffs at this point in 6th place. Unbelievable. So there's quite the tight race in our division. Let's go to Stat Central. We'll look at team stats and see exactly how we're matching up now. So 19th in the league from 26th. So we've climbed 7 spots, which is huge. Goals for per game, we've dropped to a 269, so that definitely has fallen off a bit. Our goals against per game, we're in 17th. That could be much better. Our power play, 27th. Our power play's in the gutter. We're going to have to take a look at that. Our penalty kill, much better though. Oh no, wait, 79%. Still an increase, 17 by 7% we've gone up. That's much better. We've gone from 30th up to 20, what was it, 24th? 23rd. So that's much better. Okay, player stats. Let's take a look at that, and then I'll actually jumble around the power play a little bit. We'll see if we can stimulate something that way. I mean, we did much better that month. So to come back and have this be more successful in some way, we'll have to see how things go. Okay. So, Jonathan Drouin has 43 points in 48 games. That's awesome. We're at 48 games, sorry. Jonathan Toews is a point per game. I like that. Kane is a little bit below. 33 points in 48 games. Pardon me, my chair's all squeaky. That's a bit of a concern for me, I think. There's not much going on there. Lupul's only got 10 goals this year. 22 points in 48 games. He's on pace for about 40 points. This is a bad year for everybody, though, so I can't really hold that to him. Kadri's got 22 points. Where's Gallagher? He's at 17 points, so he only had 6 points in that final month. He's just not doing as well as I thought he would. Maybe we need to go out there and find another guy that can score, because Gallagher's only got 2 more points than Andrew Shaw, and they're playing on different lines. You know, and you look at Winnick. Like, look at the plus-minus. I bet you the plus-minus this year tells a big story. Look at how many people are below. The entire Lupul, Kadri, and Gallagher line are all below 500. Maybe that line needs to be reshuffled. Maybe we need to find ourselves with another scoring line. Or maybe we just need to move Gallagher for a playmaker. Maybe that's something that we need. Because I don't know what kind of physical categories Lupul is. He's 3.5 stars, and Kadri is 3 stars. Gallagher is a 4-star physical player. Maybe we need to go find a guy that's a 5-star physical and a 4-star shooting. You know? Maybe we can go look for that. Actually, let's take a look and see if there is that. Okay, so let's go to GM options. Actually, playmaking, so we'll see what that is. So give me a sec. Trade negotiations. Trading block. I'm actually going to... Okay, so we're going to actually set this as a forward. And we're going to be looking for somebody who's got 5-star shooting and 5-star physical. Or not 5-star physical. 5-star puck skills. And 5-star physical. Is that player out there? There's only a couple, and they're elite. You're talking Alexander Ovechkin, Ryan Getzlaf, Corey Perry, and look at Kyle Okposo, 90 overall power forward. So then what I'll do is I'll edit this, and instead of 5-star physical, we're going to go down to 4.5-star physical. Okay, so that opens it up a little bit, but then we end up with like a Bobby Ryan, who is a right winger, but considered a first liner. Okay, so let me try this again. Let's drop the puck skills down to 4.5 stars as well. This should open it up even a bit more. Let's take a look down the list. Yeah, so you get a few other players here like Chasen. Look at that. He's a physical player, good body checking, really good passing and puck control and hand-eye. So he could actually contribute. And he's 3.5 green stars, and his trade value is not that high. There's also Blake Wheeler. He's good passing and puck control, and he's got a good shot. He's solid physically. He's a bigger player, too. Defensive awareness not as high. What's his 83? Evander Kane. We've had Evander Kane before. He never really pans out. Nathan Horton, not a guy I'd go to, but not bad either. Chris Stewart, 85 overall. Good physical player, good passing. He can contribute quite a bit. Marchand, these guys all have 4.5 star. Keep that in mind. And then you get into Bobby Ryan. Any other right wingers? No, everybody else is considered first liners. So that is the unfortunate nature of it. I could go for a guy like Chasen, or I could go for a guy like not Wheeler. Let's find an 86, like Dustin Brown, perhaps. What about? I mean, he's 32 years old, Dustin Brown, and his trade value is much higher. We'd have to give up a couple players, but he's got good defensive awareness, good physicality. Let's throw Dustin Brown on there for a second. Let's compare the two. All right, and obviously there's going to be a huge cap hit between the two. Brendan Gallagher, let's look at you. You know, he's got 4-star puck skills, 4-star shooting, 4-star physicality, 4-star. He's 4-star everywhere. His skating's 4.5. Senses are 3.5. And then you look at Dustin Brown, who's got 4.5 in almost in every single category, but 5-star in physical. The guy is a beast. You know, he's everywhere. He's much better player. So I would make that trade. Brendan Gallagher, 24 years old. He's almost maxed out. He's still got 3 years left before he maxes out. Dustin Brown, he is maxed out, but he's 32 years old. That would be a problem for us, is his age. We're ending up getting a player with that much age on him. He's got 6 years left at that contract at 5.12. So maybe he isn't the option for us. Let's take a look again. All right, we'll search by value again. Let me try and train this around a bit. Edit the trade block. We are going to say, no, we want 4-star physical. I think we want that. We want to increase the physicality, and we want to... Well, you know what? I'd go with the same physicality, but I want better puck skills. So let's go 5-star puck skills. Let's see who we get with that. Okay, so Henrik Sedin is one. His contract is through the roof, so I don't want Henrik Sedin. And then they're all for... Is there anybody not a first line player? No. So they're all first line players as soon as you get to that 5-star shooting or 5-star puck skills. Let's try 4.5 with 4 stars. All right, so that should open up quite a few. Yeah. Well, it adds a couple extra. It adds TJ Oshie, an 84 overall two-way forward, 30 years old. Good physicality, solid defensive awareness. The puck skills are okay. Passing, puck control, his deking's okay. Shot's not great. Tarasenko, he's a sniper, 4.5 yellow stars. You know what you're getting with Tarasenko. He's a goal scorer. Good, decent passing, not the best defensive awareness. Physically, I wouldn't say he's great. I think that he's just okay. Connolly, not great either. Another sniper, 4 green stars. Good shot, though. I mean, he could score a lot. There's no doubt about it. But his value is quite high. And then you get to Blake Wheeler, Chris Stewart, Nathan Horton, Jakub Voracek, 86 overall sniper. Good shot. Decent passing. Puck control is strong. Physically, no, not so much. I like Oshie. I like him because he's physical. Not as physical as our buddy, though. I mean, you know what? I have to have my physicality up. I got to have that physical. And then let's put senses. I think that's important to also have senses at 4.5 stars. There's probably not going to be too many with low value. I think that Dustin Brown's the only one. There's also David Backus, 80 face-offs, so we can put him on the wing. But 32 years old again. I mean, it's between him and Dustin Brown. The same trade value. Now, what would we have to give up to get Dustin Brown? That's the question. So we would give up Gallagher. They want him. Okay. Now, one way to get players is to overpay and downgrade a little bit in elsewhere. You know, like, so if we upgrade our second line, we'd have to downgrade, you know, our second pairing defense. So on our second pairing, we've got Hjalmarsson, and we've also got Leddy. Hjalmarsson and Leddy are currently on that second line. So if we were to throw Hjalmarsson on there, they don't want him, or they want him. These two would equal past Dustin Brown. We would have to find, we could move Theo Peckham up, you know, like he is a top 4. We could move Theo Peckham up, and we could pick up a defenseman. Let's see, your defense. Here we go. They don't really want to get rid of anybody, but like you could pick up a Jeff Schultz, who's a good physical player, 6'6", 225. Good defensive awareness, good discipline. He'd be a good shutdown guy on that final line, and you'd still have like a number of guys still together. You'd have, instead of Hjalmarsson on the top line, on the second line, you'd have Theo Peckham and Nick Leddy. So we could throw Jeff Schultz on there, and this trade would go through. In terms of value, it's probably not quite there. We would probably have to give up. We'd probably have to give up somebody else without a. Is anybody without a contract they would take? No, unfortunately, they're looking for real players. We could also do this. We could not do an upgrade, really. Well, you could do an upgrade again, or a downgrade again, but I can't really think about where we would downgrade, you know? I guess you could throw Peckham on there. If you threw Peckham on there, and you asked for another defenseman back, yeah, you're not getting anybody back that's really worthwhile. I mean, you could ask for Muzzin, but then he's not really a top 4. So I would not throw Peckham on there because of that. But then again, we're downgrading our defense to do this, and we're taking on a lot of salary cap. Anyway, I'm getting into things a little bit too much here. Maybe we'll take a look at that afterwards. You know what? This video is going along anyway. What do you guys think about a trade like this? Brendan Gallagher and Nicholas Hjalmarsson for Jeff Schultz and Dustin Brown. What do you think about that? It increases our second line by quite a bit. It gives us a better shot, more physicality, decent defensive awareness, still being able to play puck control game. The only problem there is his age. And you trade up. Also, you get Hjalmarsson. You're kind of trading down a bit. He's an 85 overall defensive defenseman. Good defensive awareness at 86. And you're basically trading him for Jeff Schultz, who's a defensive defenseman, 82 overall. You know, he's not as good. But we'd also have Theo Peckham. We could trade Theo Peckham instead of Hjalmarsson if you wanted. I'll take Hjalmarsson off. But then we would definitely have to give up. Yeah, we definitely have to give up somebody else, too, with Theo Peckham. Because what's Theo Peckham do? He's got good defensive awareness, 88 overall. Good body checking and aggressiveness, but he doesn't contribute much offensively. That's his only problem. You know, he's 4 points, -2. And Hjalmarsson has probably way more. Let's see. 12 points and +8. So not way more, but he definitely contributes a lot more in terms of that. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. You guys let me know what you think about that. Do we also need to make a move at goalie? I've talked about that before. We'll look at that because the trade deadline is not far away now. We've got, yeah, we don't have far away to go here. It's the 8th of March. So, and we are currently on. This is February 1st. So we got just over a month before the trade deadline is on us. So I'm going to leave it there. Until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll catch you guys out on the ice.